Welcome to Advent at Ashland University. This is week 3. The focus is joy. My name is Josh Sumpter, Executive Director of the Office of Christian Ministry, and who am I with?
Yeah, I'm Alex Hill. I'm the director for community and belonging.
Alex, I was thinking about Luke chapter 2.
Mhm.
And the Gospel of Luke starts with really a narrative about the birth of Christ, right?
Mm.
The Christmas story. And something that really stuck out to me as I was reading through Luke 2 was you have this narrative and then it's just interrupted. It's interrupted by songs, it's interrupted by praise. Mary is singing a song, Elizabeth singing a song, there's prophecy, there's prayer.
Yeah.
But there's these interruptions, but the thread is joy. There's a response of joy. Like every time something happens in the Gospel of Luke, there's joy. And I love in Luke chapter 2, the text says there's an angel that shows up to the shepherds and says, like, there's good news.
Yeah.
There's good news. And guess what? Joy has come into the world, and it's this Jesus, right? The birth of Christ. And so I'm just curious, when you hear the word joy, what comes to mind for you, and how does it connect to your faith and to Christmas?
Yeah. So as I consider joy, I always think of it kind of as this posture. It's this almost like a uniform that I put on every day. And it helps me, it gives me tools to navigate life in a slightly different way than just going through it and letting the world happen. It's a way that I can actively engage in the world. And so as I think of joy, I think of really delighting in, taking pleasure in, and finding contentment in who God is, what He's done, what He's doing, and what He will do. It's this way for me to focus in and recognize all the blessings that are around me. And I really see that evident in the life of the Israelites. I think it's something that they've always done. We're studying the book of Ezra right now. And as I'm going through that, it's the Israelites returning back to the promised land. And the first thing they do before they build their houses is they go to the temple. And as the foundation of the temple is laid, they start praising God. They erupt in worship. They erupt with joy. And I think it's always been this marker of the Israelite people that when something special is happening, taking time to recognize God right there in those moments.
Yeah, I think we can see both joy as a noun, like you just described, that it is as like Jesus is joy, like God drawing near is joy, but it's also a practice. It's a way of being in the world. Right? Like coming back to Ashland University, just starting here in August, one of the things that I noticed on campus that just really sticks out to me is that there are employees, faculty, staff, coaches, students that just exude joy. Like, and it's not because of their circumstances. Like college life is not easy. Navigating just the rhythms from August to December, especially as we head towards finals week and as we head towards Christmas break and we move into the next year, there's lots of ups and there's lots of downs. And so joy is not based on circumstances. It's not fleeting. It seems to be this glow that is always there. And I'm just curious, what do you think about, what are you seeing on the campus of Ashland University in regards to this joy?
Yeah. You know, I think on this campus, I just see so much movement of what the Lord's doing in our midst that you almost can't escape it. And I think because of that, there's always this reason, this cause for joy. And I think that's a challenge that I always have for people is I always tell them, like, God is way too good for you to be complaining right now. And I know sometimes that can come across mean and it can sound like it's a harsh word, but I really do think it's true. From the moment that we wake up, that first breath that we take, we have to recognize that that came from the Lord. That's the breath of life from the Lord in our lungs. We have another day. And then as I think of me getting up and making breakfast for myself, I recognize that I have food to make. Like that's a true joy. That's a blessing that we have that. As I go to work, I think of this opportunity to partner with God and the work that He's doing. Like what better joy is there in the world than that? Knowing that your life, the thing that you're giving all of yourself to is contributing to a greater purpose.
It's so good.
So I feel like there's always a reason to have joy. And I think people catch it at different glimpses throughout the day.
Yeah, and I think Advent reminds us that joy requires proximity. Right, the reason in the Gospel of Luke that they're responding with praise and this thread of joy is running through it is that Jesus is drawing near. God is drawing near. In the birth of Christ, there's a celebration, there is joy. But as we participate in sharing joy, as we overflow with joy because of our faith, it also requires proximity.
Yeah.
That we have to journey together. And on a campus like Ashland University, we can do that.
Yeah.
I see it. And whether it's in the lower chapel or it's in the classroom, it's in combo, it's on the athletic field, I see students exuding that joy, but it requires them to journey with one another. And that's a real gift. And that's something that I hope that we really can lean into this Christmas.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think Jesus is the present at Christmas time. And part of that present is his presence. And that is one of the greatest sources of joy, I think, in this world today.
Yeah, that's so good.